lock. I got him. Now, Tank, now.
Welcome to your doom.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
We're joking about OnlyFans, and she said that her friend her friend's sister has an OnlyFans page.
Okay. How much
And
does she make?
I guess thousands, thousands of dollars a month. And like this chick's in her 40s. You know, she's not like some 22-year-old like spreading her lips. She goes out with, and I guess
What
she
is
doesn't
she?
show.
Yeah. Does she have a gimmick?
She has a gimmick.
Okay,
She
like
goes-
a feet or something like that?
Worse.
You can't be like 20. You know, when you're in the upper
Hold on.
brackets, you got to
I'm gonna
specialize.
I'm
at
gonna let you
something.
pick it.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, she doesn't have her face in it, and it's a very niche market.
I have to describe what she does.
I want you to think of what she does.
OnlyFans without your face.
Elbows?
You think we're
Tony's
gonna
saying elbow.
That's a weenus.
Yeah,
I've heard.
Send him unsolicited weenus pics.
I don't know what you do. I mean,
You want a hint?
Lots of give me a hint. Lots of porn.
Not belly buttons. Nope. Sorry. She.
Is it like a street performer or something?
She goes out. Woods performer. She goes out to the
Oh.
forest and takes shits
Oh,
on OnlyFans,
Oh.
and she literally records herself taking shits. And then uploads it to OnlyFans, and she makes a bunch of money. And
Dude,
I'm
I
like,
could have
I'm
an
literally
OnlyFans page.
flushing dollars away.
I do this during deer hunting.
Yeah.
I'm throwing thousands of dollars away.
Oh my God.
So this is whose sister?
Well, listener N's friend's sister.
Honestly, this is like to be 40 and to discover a career is
Yeah.
always
I have to
a
say
blessing.
though,
So
I guess
kudos to her for being creative.
I guess her significant other's fine with it, but like her
Who wouldn't be fine with it? She's literally turning shit into gold.
Yeah, I don't even think Rumpelstiltskin could do that.
Dude, like I would brag. This is that thing. But like my wife has an OnlyFans page. They'd be like, oh, it'd be like,
No, it was like
she doesn't fuck anyone. I would brag about it. She takes shits in the woods and steals people's money.
Well, no, yeah, but no, I guess like her face isn't even in it, but it's somehow. I can't remember the exact circumstance, but somehow maybe like she accidentally sent out a thing to like a group chat versus just to her boyfriend.
She recorded it first though. There was a
No.
there was
it
a
was
request
like maybe like a
at some
link or
point.
something like that. But it ended up like I think it got out, and then like her significant other's best buddy is like going bananas and like I'm gonna tell everybody that you're doing this and that, right? And here's the weird thing.
That's a viral.
Hold on.
That's a viral thing.
Here's the odd thing though, is that he's a subscriber.
Yeah.
And then she finds out who he is, and then she blocks him, and then he opens up a new anonymous account and starts like, and then she's doing this, and she's doing this. It's like,
This is brilliant. He can't get enough. This is like
that's the weirdest
you're
thing.
ravenous fans.
I don't understand. He's like going bananas over, I can't believe she's doing this. But yeah, dude, you know he's cranking off to it.
Welcome to the Non-Essentials podcast. This is episode 97.
97.
Starting out strong.
yeah.
I want to get back to that. My name's Jake. Has shit in the woods, Bussy.
Yeah. No, I've actually.
you?
I've definitely shit in the woods. I'm Adam. I prefer to float biscuits in Riley. I
That's
like to,
hard off a boat or
No,
a dock.
I like to sit there and float the biscuits and like increase the E. coli in the area.
Okay. So before we get back to, I would say thank you for listeners sending in stories, and also
Yeah.
we have a Patreon, obviously, and also if you haven't checked out our
Yes,
YouTube,
you
you
want
can
more?
actually see us talk about shit in the woods.
Oh yeah, because Jake is doing a phenomenal job with YouTube right now. So I've realized I've had to
It's interesting.
suck in for an hour and a half at a time.
This has been an interesting journey. When we started this, I
Most
hated
ab workout I've ever gotten.
like I hated my voice, and now we've graduated to hating the way I look.
Yeah.
So like I'm
Turns out you
chopping
could
them all
also-
down. And there's,
I mean, honestly, at this point, we just need to scratch and sniff me, and I'm gonna hate the way I smell too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna offend
that's
all of the
4D.
senses. Yeah.
so you've shot in the woods in the military, right?
Well,
lots
the
of
desert,
times.
but like the next day, it was like. Like toilet paper was just strewn about the desert, and they're like, "What the fuck? Who?" They're like, "Riley, what the fuck?" I'm like, "I totally buried it, dude. Some animal dug up my turds." Like,
Yeah, food's scarce in the
had a
desert.
tasty treat.
I feel like I need a hard pivot here. Did you know bees can detect bombs?
Not the bombs I did.
I got random facts.
Those are ground bees.
So we don't have Renee here as a voice of reason. So I got a bunch of facts that she might spout to pull us up. But bees can detect bombs, according to researchers at the Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico.
All right.
Said they train honeybees to stick out their proboscis, which is their tongue. When they smell explosives in anything from cars to roadside bombs to belts similar to those used on suicide bombers.
Very cool. Thank you very much.
Oh, someone's texting me. Sorry about that.
You just did
That's
the
a bee sound effect.
Yeah.
So that's a very aptly timed bee sound effect.
Good save. So I want to say, since we've got our fact checker's wife here tonight,
Oh, yeah.
and so we need to make sure that we are on our best behavior and make sure that we still do the same thing. We got to make sure he's still able to come here every week.
Yeah. We have to make a good impression.
So we need to talk about the same stuff that we do. This is the same stuff that we do.
We just
every
did
single...
5 minutes on shitting in the woods.
No, that's all. That's all. We're cutting all that. So this is all stuff that we talk about every week. And so again, to continue with what we usually talk about, it's dinner party etiquette.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
This is chapter 13. We talked about the queen's etiquette after her funeral.
We're going to be testing Jake's knowledge. I'm going to be peppering some of the dinner party etiquette throughout
If you want to play along, place thy pinkies up.
So obviously, and they are drinking wine. So there we go. This is very serendipitous.
Very formal.
So now, listeners, naturally, we all know that when setting the table, the forks are placed on the left side of the plate, the knives are placed on the right side.
Of course.
And obviously, the soup spoon is placed on the far right. And, only the plebes don't understand that, right? But I'm curious, Jake.
Yes.
If you see 3 forks on the left side of the plate, how many knives are on the right side of the plate?
Now, obviously, there are 2 knives on the right side of the plate.
How many?
2.
Wrong. What? So every fork is married. Yeah, you got it. There we go. Okay, so every fork
you
is
must
married.
have grown up in Westchester. Excessive knife play over there, let me tell you.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
So every fork is married to a knife. So for dinner party etiquette, when you're setting out your forks and knives, make sure that this means that every fork on the left has a paired knife on the right.
Of course, for my 14 fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's quite.
Yeah, dude, that many knives? Like, what is this, a Puerto Rican's handbag?
It might be a Puerto Rican
I'm only
handbag.
saying this because Jake's wife's Puerto Rican.
I'll ask my wife because she's Puerto Rican. They're like, hey, honey, how many knives do you have in your handbag? And she will say, 2 knives. What is this?
Oh, that means she's got 2 forks.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Very good.
I'm going to pepper these through the entire episode.
I actually, I also thought of a question.
Okay, let's hear it.
For our fact checker's wife. I'm going to say listener R. Because here's the thing, is she's not just anyone. She works for Marvel, if I'm okay saying this. Give me a nod. So I have a question that's been eating me up all week.
And out.
Yeah. But it's been very perplexing. As an employee of Marvel who works directly, we've been watching She-Hulk, the kids and I have a question. Why are She-Hulk's lips red?
Which lips? Because you just said eating out.
That's my, because here's the thing. It's like Bruce Banner's lips are green. His blood is green. And I've watched her turn into out of the Hulk a few times, and her lips are red. And I just can't help but ask the question of, should I assume?
Oh.
So,
I mean, it's all pink in the middle, right?
yeah.
Okay, so that's so funny you noticed because when I watched it, I also noticed.
Okay.
Well, you're
her
a
lips
colorist.
are red because you're right. I color She-Hulk, and her lips are green.
They are green in the comic.
Hold on.
So Disney is being a creep.
Hold on a sec.
That's all I'm saying.
I want to ask you this then. Now, I'm assuming that she's probably been scantily clad, right? Any flaps hang out? And if any flaps hang out, what color are those flaps?
And how strong.
And how strong? Are they doing curls?
Okay,
And can
when
she do the
flaps
clap
come
move?
out, I have to fix the flaps.
You have
So
to
they
fix
don't
a flap. Oh, but if you didn't, what color would you color them?
I do notice that She-Hulk in the show, instead of Hulk's clap, she does a,
No, she
can
does-
that transfer?
I thought she does a Hulk's twerk. Was she twerking with Megan the Stallion?
Yeah, that was.
They were jumping the shark already. in
Okay,
the
so
first
I don't
season.
feel so stupid because it's bothering me. It's legitimately that was a decision to be like, I was waiting for the lipstick to show up because I assumed it was makeup in the commercial,
Yeah,
but
no,
nope,
we're
she
getting-
just was like,
When you said that, I feel like I was like, wait, is my dog here?
yeah. Okay, so good. All right, thank you. I appreciate it so much just to like know that like, okay, we figured it out. So, I can't wait to hear from Disney's attorneys.
A cease and desist over the flaps.
Anyways, did you know a cockroach can live up to 9 days without its head before it starves to death?
Dude, you have bug jokes.
Yeah, that's a bug
All right,
joke.
so a cockroach can, because I know that they say that we learned recently that a cockroach's milk is more nutritious than a cow's milk.
And they
But
can live
now I
without their
found
head
out they can live headless without food.
for 9 days.
Yeah. I know that I've been in relationships in the past that I've been headless for years.
Ah!
So,
Jeez, you went there. I didn't see that coming at all. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Actually,
I'll be here all night. Make sure you tip your waitress.
Let's see.
you
I
got?
wanted to.
You got-
I want
you
to
got
bring
a
out a
dead cockroach?
surprise. So here's the thing: is like, so Renee couldn't be here tonight, but I do have something for her.
Yes,
But
we're presenting it on
We're,
the podcast.
we're not going to use it until she's here, just out of the sake of politeness. But this is the official. This smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle. So we're gonna put it out in front.
So Patreon members, thank you very much for your donations. So we're able to
Money
afford
well
things like this.
smelt.
Now- I will say though, the actual one, this is the bootleg.
This is the bootleg
This is
one.
the Wish.com version. This isn't the $75 piece of wax that you can get from
Yeah,
Gwyneth Paltrow. This is
This is what was next to the box.
So we're gonna keep this much like your, I'm assuming, presumably Puerto Rican wife's mantle. We're gonna put some candles out here.
Oh, right. So here's my problem with this is like this smelling like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. It's kind of like saying this is a picture of the sky. I want to be like,
like-
is this her vagina like after a shower,
I'm gonna be honest
or
with
after
you.
like the gym,
Hold on a
or
second.
after like
the
a
gym.
week of camping?
I'm telling you right now, it's a gym.
It's a gym.
It's not good.
I haven't even sniffed it. Let's see. She needs to drink more water.
Asparagus?
We're requesting to pass it around the class.
Hold
There we go. So we're gonna pass it around here. I'm gonna fill a little fact in the meantime while we're passing it around. Did you know Jupiter is twice the mass of all the other planets combined?
I do actually. I kind of know that Jupiter is so large that it throws off the orbit of the sun.
I didn't know you knew that.
Thank you for the Gwyneth Paltrow.
Thanks for
vagina.
bringing her back by
Thanks.
10.
No, okay. So anyway, so I do know that I have, because of that we've referenced a couple times, but because the massive weight of the
Of Jupiter.
rotation
Yeah.
of the solar system, it is thrown off.
The sun itself has its own orbit because
Yeah.
of the size of Jupiter. The actual center of the solar system is somewhere just outside the sun's surface.
Yeah,
Think
it's
about
like in between like Mercury and,
Yeah.
and the sun, right?
Right. So I think of it almost like when you see like an Olympian doing the hammer toss, where he's spinning on his heels. It's like his center of
force.
rotation is just outside of his.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting that like Jupiter, which is also like our asteroid shield. The reason we were fucking alive is because Jupiter is basically like gobbled up
Taking
lots
the
of
hit.
Yeah, they literally took the Shoemaker-Levy hit that we could see from Earth. The explosion.
Oh,
The
yeah,
explosion. I think it was like 2001. It was the size of the Earth.
Really?
The comet, yeah, you can look it up. You can see it. The fireball from and on top of that, Jupiter is a gaseous planet. It doesn't have actually a surface, but
I relate to Jupiter in many ways.
you don't have a surface.
Yeah.
Or you're gaseous.
Yes.
Okay.
Both. I'm gonna take us out of that. I'll go right into this. All right.
Okay,
So, speaking of which, what does the
What did you say?
what does the salad fork location tell you?
I'm sorry. The salad fork location.
Yes.
Is it going to tell you the order in which the salad will come out? Is that correct?
Yes, you fucking piece of shit. Wait, are you cheating?
Accidentally classy. That ain't that bad.
What the fuck? Yeah. All right.
That would make sense.
I did not think you were gonna get that. Okay, so
Yeah, because I hate salad. Yeah, 'cause I'm always
see,
like, I can miss the first one. You
It
know?
seems like you've apparently given me the food that my food eats.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Ron Swanson. So if it's to the left of the large fork, that means that your salad is going to be brought out before your meal. If it's to the right of the large fork, that means it's brought out with the main course. So there you go. See, I told you we're classy. You got to keep letting them come.
Yeah.
See, we talk about dinner etiquette.
Yeah, this is mostly about how to correctly not embarrass the ladies we're with.
Yeah, exactly.
We study.
So with that being said, didn't you say that a guy got a USB cord up his dick hole?
A guy got a USB cord up his dick hole, and this is a really sexually charged story.
Yeah. Oh.
It wasn't. So it wasn't.
Well, it was unplugged, so it's kind of free of charge.
But
I
was.
don't think you had to pay for it.
This is one of those, like, for listeners, you can stop and Google it. It wasn't just a USB
hold on,
cord.
listeners, stop and Google this.
Yeah.
Because it was like you know when your dad first taught you how to wind an extension cord?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like he.
You know, if it's shorter, you can do this. You got to. Sometimes you have to do this.
I imagine he was like just. I don't know. It looked like he was weaving a basket out of this USB cord. It was very strange. It was like it had like an anchor at the bottom. And this is not the first time it happened, but basically, if you read the whole story, it said after his mom left the room, he admitted to the doctor that he was attempting to measure the length of his penis. And I'm just like, and the thing, you know what it reminded me of? It's like, you remember how you measure the depth off a ship? I'm like, how many leagues am I?
Well, no, I know that, like, you can't, I mean, you could just use a ruler.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't go at
Not
the
from
top.
the top.
Yeah, no, you got to go at the bottom.
What's the old saying?
Start at the anus.
No, the old saying is like,
Oh, nothing but hurt feelings out there?
yeah, if you measure from the top, there's nothing but hurt feelings up there. So this guy was trying to split the difference, apparently.
I measure at my lumbar.
Yeah.
Lower lumbar.
No, the doctor said that the recovery of the USB was, quote, uneventful. But this is
Uneventful?
If you follow the rabbit hole down, this happens a lot. And what it comes down to is
I
apparently
don't like that you said rabbit hole.
it's apparently the thing is it's like this is one of those things like I don't know who would do this heroin. I don't know who would kick this door open because here's the problem. What if you love it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
you know
called
what I mean?
sounding. I thought that people do that.
They do it, but I'm just saying I don't understand the people that are like I enjoy masturbating. What if
No,
I can
I
like
love it. It's free.
What if
it's
I-
like a little mini vacation you can give yourself 6 or 7 times a day if you're me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But the thing is, like, what if I was like, hey, you should try this one thing. You might love it, and it'll ruin masturbating for you. It'll make it, like, so you have to do it from now. This is
I
like...
mean, I feel like that's one of those things where it's like, you know, like put a vibrator in your butt or something. You know?
This is like... You ever had a deep-fried Oreo?
Yeah, I don't need... Neither one of those things I want to try
Well,
because I'm nervous about the repercussions.
I had a deep-fried Oreo one time, and as I ate it... And I
is that why you have a vibrator in your butt?
No, I hated the Oreo, and I thought, thank God. You know,
okay.
good, because I don't need extra ways to
Yeah,
get...
no,
I don't
I've
need to
seen,
think about this.
I haven't seen that, but I've definitely like breezed by the deep fried Snickers.
They
like,
deep fry
no,
Snickers. They
I
deep
don't-
fry
I
butter.
don't need to.
Yeah, it's like,
Deep
dude,
fried butter.
don't open some of these doors, guys.
I did see where they actually deep fried water. Did you see that?
That sounds like you would explode the kitchen because
No,
when you
they-
put it, when you,
well, they
that's-
literally-
you don't put water in grease, it explodes.
Yeah, no. What they actually did is they took an ice cube or something like that, and they battered it, and then they threw that in, and then it was literally the guy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try it,"
Just
like that. It looked terrible. I mean, I like
this
bread.
is just like creative ways to get fat. Like, we have. Have you seen like just go to any aisle in the grocery, you know, and go to that candy aisle where M&Ms are putting everything in everything. There's plenty of shit. You don't got to think of like new stuff. You know,
Yeah.
there's plenty of bacon out there.
I wonder if you can get like Red 40 in bulk.
Right. So should we let's stick with the sex theme real quick. There was it was near Mustang on the western fringes of Oklahoma City.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
A
because I had a few
semi-trailer.
listeners right. I'll tell you. Okay, right now I have to say I had a lot of people write this into me, and the first time I saw it, I was like, no fucking way, because actually it was Mrs. Wright,
Yeah.
you know, Renee, who's not here tonight. It was her husband that wrote this into me. I was like, that's bait.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not fucking. That's fake. Because I didn't see it anywhere else, but also saw it was like 2 hours old, and like last week, and I was like, I'm not fucking.
I
I'm
love
not
that.
falling for
I
it.
love that our ears are starting to like expand beyond just our own gaze. They're like, Jake and Adam will fucking love this. But basically, what happened was a semi truck overturned on the highway, and it was filled with dildos.
I know.
And dildos
And
spilled out.
And lube,
Dildos
dildos
and-
and lube, and I was like, and actually, I said to Renee's husband, I go, I'm sure there's some joke here how it was on its way to my mom's house.
How about the
right?
joke
You
from
know, 'cause I was like,
this was like there was a joke from the guy in the helicopter who said it spilled its load, it strewn its load all over the highway.
yeah, it did.
Yeah, and let's see, the female Lacey Lowerly,
That's
the
a porn star
No,
name.
the correspondent.
There's too much alliteration.
No, the
there.
correspondent, the news reporter was zooming in and was like, "Can we detect what?" And then she stopped talking in the middle because she saw as much as I could see. I'm like, I know what like the rabbit looks like on the side of the box.
Yeah, that's the like I am the captain now.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me.
So I followed this story, and I gotta admit there were a couple of comments in the story that I feel like I should relate. So
yeah, I love reading the comments.
So I have the funny comment that I'm like, this guy's clever.
Yeah.
He said, the wails of outrage at yet another supply chain fiasco coming from customers could be heard all over the country. I cannot begin to imagine how a store that specializes in selling damaged freight will try to advertise these items. So
I mean, like, man, like I'm just upset that I didn't bring it up last week because like it just said literally like it was just too loaded.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like, no fucking way. What's another one?
another fact?
Yeah,
I have another fact for you.
Okay, sure. I wanted to hear more comments.
How about this? Human animals are the only animal that enjoys spicy foods, except the tree shrew.
No, because that's not true. Because you're
I looked it
human
up.
and you don't like it.
That's true. No, fuck you. I like spicy. I just don't like insane spicy. I thought it was interesting that like humans are the only animals except the tree shrew, and it reminded me of like what was the animal we came from when all the dinosaurs died? Wasn't it essentially a shrew?
Is it? I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it was a small rodent. Was like what was supposedly thriving as
So
the
why are
dinosaur
we saying
extinction.
lizard brain instead of rat brain? Because that would make more sense.
Maybe it's got something to do with the spicy food.
I'll tell you, like, no, I think that's interesting because it's like they have, I mean, obviously the reason why like plant life has developed a spice is to keep predators off of it and stop them from eating it.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of Darwinism. Sometimes it goes backwards. Like, for example, the tulip is a worthless flower, but we like it. So it's dominating almost every other flower in the world.
Especially
Marijuana
Holland. Yeah.
is a worthless weed, but we like it. So
Well, I
the
know
apple is a worthless tree, but we like it.
Well, speaking of apples, I know the apples and like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, these are all actually man-made things. Did you know that?
Yeah, curated.
Like, you know, no, I think, I can't remember what century it was, but it was like BC, I think, even with like where broccoli, they were just like crossbreeding like different cabbages.
Yeah, lots of bad stuff came out
Yeah.
of 1500 BC or whatever. It was like there was lots of bad ideas had.
Well, no, like,
it was like stoning women, broccoli.
No, they're still doing that. Like, women are still getting stoned.
And there's broccoli.
But it just depends if it's in Colorado or the Middle East. You know, it's like,
Oh, that's not me bringing the energy down. That's laughing at a good
Okay.
joke. I congratulate you on a great
right.
joke.
Hey, you know what? Let's bring it back. Let's test Jake's dining room etiquette again.
Man, one
All
for
right?
two.
Yeah, I'm confounded.
It's like
But
a
also,
it's like a jawbreaker. You know,
All right,
just
there we go.
you work your way in.
Sure. That's what she said. All right, so what do the initials BMD mean to you?
Well, they're going to mean bowel movement something.
I know. I was like,
Okay, but this is a real thing. Like, let me
yes,
get a real.
for sure. This is
And
now,
it's related
I
to
should
dinner?
say that this is and I'm not making these up.
Sure.
I went to like it was like the New York School of Etiquette or something like that, whatever. You know, to
Sure.
their website, and I'm writing this down. So, what do you think the initials BMD mean to you?
Can I ask questions?
You may.
Is it a person?
No, it's for dining room etiquette. It's
Okay.
for as you're setting the table.
Does it help you set the table?
Yeah, you need to abide by it
So I don't know this one. Just
for one meal.
just give me the. I don't know this one.
All right, listeners. BMD stands for bread on the left, main course, drinks on the right.
Fascinating.
Yeah, there you go. No. So that's where when you're setting up, when you're doing so far we've learned that when you're setting up your dining room etiquette, make sure that you have equal amount of forks on your left
Sure.
as you do knives on your right.
That's interesting.
And then your BMD, it's bread on the left, your main course, and then your drinks on the right.
Listener T. Again, this is where we get together weekly and we study how to represent women better.
I'll tell you right now, speaking of trying to impress women. I came across this article that we were joking about earlier, so I thought I'd share this with the listeners.
Okay.
Now I found this is in India. There's an electrician. He.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I was trying to think of like a funny way to say it, but I'll just say.
Just say it. It's funny. Like,
So there's an electrician that works at this village. He works in a village, and every time he wanted to meet his girlfriend, he'd cut the power.
very romantic.
Yeah. And so I started
What a gesture.
Well, no, my first thought was I was like, did he realize that filters don't work in real life? You know, he wanted to like know because I was like, I know that everybody looks better in candlelight. Like I need them to come up with like a candlelight filter for like personalities for myself. You know, like,
They just edit. Wait, this is what he meant to say.
Yeah.
Like Siri, help.
Yeah, but then we were joking about it, and I was saying that to you. I was like, why? So you meet her in the dark, but then you were telling me
You read the article, so you saw how they caught him.
Yeah, but I want you to tell them how, like, because I was like, my initial thought was like, you didn't want her to see what he looked like or something, you know, but like, it was so he.
Essentially, like, couldn't be called back into work.
Yeah, like he was
like, baby, I got the night off because all the lights are off.
He was punching out, yeah. And to where I was thinking, I was like, I feel like that's when you need the electrician the most. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know, like, what?
Did you see the result? What the town did when they figured it out?
Well, they basically put a sting out because they started being like, they're like, hold on.
They were trying to figure it out for a while.
I'm going to imitate a white person that was raised in India. Okay?
No, of course.
Okay.
Okay, so go for it.
So this isn't racist or anything like that. This is a white person. This is who's picked up the vernacular and then the jargon. I don't understand. Like every day we come.
No, keep going. It's all right. That's
you want to finish up?
I didn't grow up in India.
2 or 3 hours every day.
That's Arnold. It's going Arnold. It's going Arnold.
For 2 or 3 hours
There you go.
every day.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm trying to get my pump.
This is Bollywood, though. It's like,
It's the Bollywod.
I think it's safe to do
I'm
that.
I'm the mayor of Bollywood, California.
We need water.
That's Jim Gaffigan. All right. So anyway, I guess the villagers they started realizing that there was a blackout that was happening like every 2 or 3 hours every night, which is kind of like I get a blackout every Thursday night. You know?
Sure.
So it's a drinking joke, guys. So anyway, but neighboring villages were doing just fine. You know, so they couldn't figure it out, but they ended up doing like kind of like a sting operation to figure out exactly because they're like, we think it's him. Again, that's the white guy. That's a white person. But like,
We think it's him. I don't know for sure. Let's go meet him at the school.
that's Arnold when he went to go visit that small village in India.
Ah, of course.
So, but yeah,
Of course. So go ahead, Jake. Tell us the rest of your story.
Have to follow Arnold. So anyways, they figured out who was causing it. And audience, what do you think the punishment was?
yeah, they caught him red-handed. By the way,
Yeah.
like they was like with this girlfriend. They were like at a school.
I actually really like this solution. They married him
Hold on.
so that he could be with her and it's a very elegant solution. It's
Now,
like
I read further into this, so I'm excited because this is
marry
like,
doesn't mean the same thing over there as it does here. It's like
No. So I looked further into this. They set up a sting operation at a school because that's where they're meeting up. Now the group of villagers, much like a Frankenstein movie,
this is very terrible.
right?
This is terribly romantic.
They literally started beating the shit out of him, right? They beat the shit out of him, and then the
Well, dude, you've been playing Xbox, you know, and like
yeah, they didn't teabag him. It's not Halo.
no. I'm
Like-
saying
like okay, so the article said that while they're just pounding him down, right, beating him, then they tonsured him and paraded him through the village. I was like, I'm sorry, that's a word I've never heard.
Yeah.
What the fuck does tonsured mean? And for listeners, it's TONSURED. So if I'm not pronouncing it right, go fuck yourself. So
thyself.
thyself. So I was unfamiliar with it, so I had to look it up. And if you were to tonsure someone, this is when you essentially, I want you to imagine, you know when monks have that kind of like hair headband?
Yeah.
They shaved that dude's head. they shaved the top of his head and the sides of his head. So he basically, imagine like a head hairband where you still have the bangs, but it's like a bold top and bold sides.
Yeah, they shamed
And then they
him.
just fucking,
That's called tonsured?
Yeah, they tonsured him and dragged him through town.
A lot of pedophiles have tonsured haircuts.
No, those are just skullets, man, and comb overs.
Yeah, natural tonsured. Okay.
Yeah, that's how we know how to avoid them. But I'm gonna kick this off to you because we were joking about this earlier today. But during a lot of the reason why not a lot of like these villagers were too upset or taken aback by the rolling blackouts is because it kind of happens here and there in India, right? I mean, it's happening right now in California, So
Yeah.
But it happened during a wedding.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently, and
great.
this is like, when you read something and you realize how different our cultures are.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a wedding where two brides were marrying, two grooms, and the rolling blackout happened. I don't know if this guy was just so over it that he didn't slow down. He married the wrong bride and groom.
Like,
Just, you get a bride, you get a bride.
Yeah. I'm not thinking so much like
That's dark. All right, whatever.
I'm not thinking so much like Oprah's gifts.
Yeah,
I'm thinking more
that's what
like
I thought. I
like
was-
swapped at birth.
Yeah.
But they literally, and I'm talking, they did the full on like. Now there are like legit like Hindi like religious things that happen with the wedding ceremony.
I think they should have.
and
went
it's called
with
like
it.
Phere, like Phere. I might be, and maybe.
How is that
mispronouncing
not
it.
God choosing your bride at that point? You know what I'm
Fair
saying?
enough.
To where I'm just like,
All right, yeah.
it's not like they
but
knew each other.
Are you pitching a movie right now?
They should be. It was.
Whoa.
Yeah, like switched at the altar.
Yeah.
I could
Fair.
see that.
Switched
yeah.
at the altar.
Yeah, and then they go with it. I think
It's
Cameron
called
Diaz will be in it. I don't know.
Alternate lives.
No, I like
Yeah,
that.
There we go.
Yeah,
Pitch the movie. Make the comic. Rochelle.
copyright. Thought of it here.
So anyway, make sure that Hulk's pussy's green. So anyway, but no, like but then they I love how after they realized like, they had a talk with the family and then they redid the fear. And I'm not sure if I did this correctly if I'm saying, but it's Phere. So however you say that.
You should be afraid of marriage.
Yeah, a fear. Yeah, that's not the only fear I have with marriage. All right,
So India, get your shit together.
right.
Like this is love. They should. But I thought it was funny that they married the couple so that he could, because he was doing it to spend time with her. They're like, there, spend all the time you want with her. Stop cutting our fucking internet.
all right, so let's bring it back to dinner etiquette.
Okay, yeah.
This will be a fun one. When is the appropriate time? Now this isn't off the website. This is something I decided to come up with. Right.
So this can't be wrong for me. Like,
When is the appropriate time to ask your dinner guests to take off their pants and jacket?
excuse me?
To take off their pants and jacket.
So you thought of this.
Yeah, of course.
So the appropriate time could be when you sit down.
After dessert, creep. What the fuck? Okay, see, you got one
all
one
right.
so far.
All right. No, like Renee, if Renee was here right now, you would know that there are now giant pigs that weigh more than polar bears.
Oh, is this your random fact?
This is my random fact. Yeah, I had to
Could
bring
you
it back.
imagine the pig roast on that?
It'd be huge.
I love it.
This is on a farm owned by a man named Pang Kong. This is in China.
That sounds like the name I would come up with if I was trying to say a racist character's name.
That was
I'm
his name.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's not a real name.
So he has
His name's Carl.
he has a particular supersized pig that weighs in at over 1,100 pounds.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Not making it bigger than a polar bear. And this is also the birthplace of CRISPR, which they're not illegally using. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the nation
You
of
wanna
Dr.
explain what
Moreau.
explain what CRISPR is for anybody that doesn't know.
So CRISPR, and this is going to be like my understanding of it,
And
is
we're not
essentially
talking about bacon here. If you want your bacon floppy or crisper, okay. We're talking-
essentially with CRISPR, you can take what is a virus and you can basically give it a snapshot of what you want to edit out of a
With
genetic
genetics, yeah.
code, and the virus will go in and basically the grand best version of this would be like we'd figure out what genetics cause Parkinson's, and a virus can go in there and take it out. But I think over in China they're like, we need more bacon.
Yeah. Or sometimes you get Yao Ming.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is like 23 years ago, they like, oh, this thing's called CRISPR, and now like, dude, our NBA team is getting dunked on at the Olympics. They're like, no, we're not using it the wrong way. So, there's lots of Yao Mings over here.
Yeah, exactly.
But
all right. Okay, so I've got an Urban Dictionary for you. We haven't done this for a while because Urban Dictionary was just like flooded with turds.
my last name means boy pussy on it.
Yeah. So
Bussy,
there you go.
the exact spelling,
So
boy
long-term
pussy.
listeners. Yeah.
Thanks.
One of our
Fifth grade all over again.
I will say this. One of our listeners wrote in, and I was so excited, but also disappointed in myself that I never actually looked up your name. Now, your last name is Bussy.
It
and
is.
Bussy, I think it's pronounced Bussy on Urban Dictionary, but it's a boy pussy. Sounds hot and hairy. But
Potato.
yeah. Tomato. So, but I like that at least Riley, like Riley, like if you look up like Riley on Urban Dictionary, it's like living the life of Riley. And that's a fun one. That's at least complimentary, right?
That is.
Yeah, it's not boy pussy.
But I want to relate back to my mom, who grew up, and her last
With
name
boy
was
pussy?
Beer.
Oh.
Beer. Exactly how it sounds. And she would complain to me that you don't know what it's like to have a name that your friends can make fun of.
Yeah, it's like we haven't done a 90s Simpsons reference here, but remember it's like, how about Bart? Nothing rhymes bad with Bart.
Nothing rhymes with Bart.
All right, so are you ready for Urban Dictionary?
Yes.
So, F-O-B-I, phobi.
Okay.
Now, here's your hint. This feeling happens when you hear about situations like a baby shower or a dry wedding.
Is it feeling of being included? Is it really?
Yeah, you piece of shit.
Yeah, because I fucking hate. I'm like, oh, I wish I was.
Are you kidding me?
Well, what's
I gave it
like?
to, I should have I
No,
should've,
I love it. Like,
I should have let
oh
you
shit.
like sift it out before I gave you the hint. That's a bummer.
I love
I was
that.
excited. Yeah, so if you've got phobi,
Yeah.
it means you're hearing about like, so we're having a party for my cat. Has diabetes, and it's actually a wellness awareness, and we're gonna be gathering like, oh my god, no.
I'm gonna kill that cat.
Just fucking kill, put it in the freezer. So, God, you fucking guessed it right away. All right, take two. Do you know what phobi means?
No, what's my
Dick. All right, you ready for my last one? My last etiquette here.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
of course.
so this is the last one here. Now, I'm gonna just go off of this because I assumed you weren't gonna get any correct. Now I'm pissed
I did
off
pretty
that you
well
did.
tonight.
So I'm just
all
gonna
right.
read my notes exactly. Maybe Jake will get this one correct.
Wow.
How should pizza be eaten during a break of tattooing? Number 1, the pizza is eaten with a fork and knife while sitting erect at a dining table. Number 2, while laying flat on your back, the pizza is piled onto a paper plate and placed on your abdomen, but also erect.
All right.
Listeners, if you need a visual of Jake eating this, I want you to imagine an otter cracking a clam.
That's the
on
thing.
this
I
stuff.
see Adam's having fun here. I'm like, oh, I like how number 2 is the exact way that I eat pizza.
And I could have put a chase
I
lounge.
need to rest my back. I enjoy resting my back, and I eat pizza like an otter eats clams.
Yeah, seriously. All right, like if you've ever
Before
been
you knock it.
if you've ever been there, because for Janesville listeners, Sam's Pizza opens at 4. And at 4:02, I think Sam's Pizza sends a pizza our way because they know that. And then like as soon as the door chimes, and I pay the delivery man, I just scoot over because I know Jake's gonna go. Can I still turn?
Yep. No, a very real thing that happened this week was the customer ordered pepperoni, and as I was ordering, they said, "Is this not Jake?" No. I'm like, "No, it is." It's like, "Oh, you normally get sausage." I'm like, "I'm gonna go join.
Hell yeah,
I'm gonna
he
go
does.
join a gym."
That's part of yeah. That's part of that's a bang.
Yeah, how's your kid doing in college? I should have a wing of that place by now. So, like,
Yeah, the Jake Bussy cafeteria.
yeah. Listen, I do it for the kids.
Yeah, you do. It's like
So, is
Jared
there a
from,
number 3, or was
Subway.
that just a long jab?
It was a short jab. I went there.
So, there's no proper way to eat pizza? Is it with the fork sitting upright?
No, I just wanted to make a joke that you were also erect while laying back.
All right, that ain't true at all.
Yeah. Now so we've joked about the Queen, right? Dying.
Yeah.
Because, like I said earlier, I believe we fought a war in 1776 to not have to.
To not care about that
Yeah,
stuff.
who gives a fuck? Anyway, but I will say this: I thought that, whatever, but I feel like this is the wrong time to retire. But I saw that the Queen lookalike has decided to retire after 34 years of service.
Yeah, what event brought that about?
Yeah,
So,
well, it's like
all of a sudden, this is a sharp drop off in pay of the Queen appearance.
yeah, I'm sorry, but like
so-
we need to look like more than ever.
That's true.
Like what the fuck? And I've decided that I'm either pitching a movie or I'm
This is
creating
the second movie we pitched on this episode.
on this episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'm creating a new I'm creating a new post on QAnon. So if you want to go ahead and get your hat ready.
I don't even know what QAnon is. Are we need hats? Okay.
Yeah, we need the tinfoil hats here. All right, listeners. This is so Jay can think clearly now. Keep the government's thoughts out of his brain.
All right.
Now, I want you to get, as your tinfoil hat is on,
Sure.
I want you to imagine the lookalike for the Queen has decided to finally retire, which means she'll no longer be in service.
Okay.
Coincidentally, the Queen has also died. Here's my
I think
thought
I know where
process.
you're going with this. I
Right,
think
here's my thought
I think
process.
like that. Okay.
My thought process
I don't
is
wanna ruin it.
that royal living vampire has had the lookalike Diana, right?
Can I ask you when is the last time you saw her in the sun? That's not a bad premise. It's England. It's England. The sun's never out.
Now, that lookalike is in that casket. So the actual Queen can live her retirement off.
Yeah.
I would say the twilight of her years, but that's also a vampire
Yeah,
joke,
Saddam's
right?
like Saddam's
Right.
lookalike got hung.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Now she's living her retirement off in the newly vacant Epstein Island.
Ooh.
Yeah, sipping adrenochrome daiquiris
Ooh, yeah.
and enjoying some moonlight.
Yeah.
All right, so
I think this is Underworld.
yeah, is this Underworld?
This is
All
like
right,
the-
I'll take the hat off.
This is
All
the
right.
origin. I've sat through worse.
All right, so anyway, so if this is a movie, I'm curious who you would cast to be the Queen.
Cast to be the Queen?
Yes,
Before Adriachrome or after Adriachrome?
adrenochrome.
I don't know.
I
don't know. I'm not gonna think of like a good Kate Winslet. Sure.
Kate Winslet. All right, so you want to know who my thought is? I thought you'd never ask. So anyway,
I don't know. I don't
tell
know
I've
many
written this
old
down.
actresses. The
Right,
lady
so-
that's in the teacher from Hogwarts. That's in Downton Abbey.
all right,
The old
just
lady.
because I'm a contrarian and want to upset everyone, I'm going to say that I think the casting for the new Queen of England movie that I've decided is going to be Halle Bailey.
I know that's not Halle
people-
Berry. Who's Halle Bailey?
Halle Bailey. I thought you'd never ask. It's the actress who's playing the new Little Mermaid.
Oh. See what you did there.
I just want to piss off everybody.
Okay.
Like I want people to be upset that they're upset that they can't be upset about being upset.
Sure.
know-
I'm on board with it. I don't care.
Have you? I mean, the reason why I'm casting her is because if you look at her, now, listeners, if you want to look her up, her name is Halle Lynn Berry. It's Halle.
Her name is Halle Berry.
Bailey. I misspoke. Sorry.
Okay.
Halle Berry. Halle Baile. Why? Okay. Now, if you look at her eyes, it looks like there's a revolutionary war between the two.
Oh
of
my
them.
God. she does have like wide set. You remember the movie Split?
Like I feel like the between her forehead is the Atlantic, right?
Yeah.
and I was like, and honestly, I was sitting there thinking like, who does she look like? And I realized I know who it is. It's Anya Taylor-Joy. You know who that is?
No.
Do you know who that is? Okay, you may recognize her. She was that blonde actress. She was in Peaky Blinders, but she also looks like Sid the Sloth.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Yeah. Dude.
You're a slap.
Yeah. The thing is, I know when
Is that too much for you?
when I saw the new Little Mermaid, I did think like loosely. I did think like her eyes look like they don't want eyes behind them to think they're gay in a movie theater.
Oh, the gay seat?
Yeah, where they like
Between, like
the
when two guys go onto the seat.
and they have an empty seat between them.
Oh, and here's my thing, though. Are you looking it up? All right, this is why Tony's a fact checker. Okay, so but
He's gonna check that her eyes are far back.
yeah, on the unlikely situation that either of these actresses have heard this podcast and they're upset, they can probably dry their tears with all of their money.
Yeah.
But here's the problem: they're gonna have to at least use 2 bills because I know that the U.S. currency is 6 inches wide, and I know they're. Are you catching? Are you
I got it, I got it.
breadcrumbs? All right.
Jeez.
All right. Sorry.
All right. Did I
bring me out of here? Sorry.
I don't think I got a fact left. I'm out of facts. Oh, I got a weird story though. Did you see? And this
Weirder
is
than that?
no. Yes.
You're cringy. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. This is weirder than that.
I'm not.
All right. You're gonna
Please let Tony come back.
some more dead etiquette. Did you know? And I think you meant like okay. So the Beyond Meat COO. Have you heard
Yes.
about this? All right. This sounds
I'm
like
excited.
this
I
sounds
had
like an
listeners-
Onion article.
I had a few listeners write this into me as well.
The Beyond Meat COO.
Now, listeners, if you don't know what Beyond Meat is, it is the pretend meat. It's a plant-based meat.
What was the other? It's Beyond Meat, and then there's the there's like one other meat company.
I think it was like Morningstar. Is like
Yeah, there's a couple of them, but basically the COO, which means the Chief Operating Officer.
Yeah.
All right, and this is again almost seems fake. Was arrested for biting the nose off someone that hit his Bronco.
yeah. I was like, my first thought was like, dude, are they flavoring this shit with bath salts?
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is happening? And I started like, I looked into the case a bit, and I was like, this guy raged out and punched out the back windshield of a car that.
It's in a parking garage too. It wasn't like on the street where you're like nervous and angry because someone almost killed you. It was like
bumped his front tire.
Yeah.
I didn't say bumper. I didn't say fender. His front rubber tire. It bumped and he fucking freaked out. Lost his absolute shit. Punched windows out and bit the dude's fucking nose.
But I will say this guy joined Beyond Meat after 3 decades at Tyson Foods.
Oh!
So this guy is a meat eater.
I didn't see that.
He's there to build a new
There's
empire.
got to be like an ear-biting joke there, right? I didn't see that part.
This guy is too much flowers and whatever at the office. I bet that was, it's just like, I need some fucking meat in my mouth. So, yeah, what a psycho. He was released on $11,000 bond.
No, I did look into it myself, and I saw that he was charged with making terroristic threats and 3rd-degree battery.
This was technically a breakdown. That's
No,
what
hold
happened.
on.
This was a man who got his tire bumped too far.
Well, I essentially where I decided that
He went beyond sanity.
where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
Need to figure out that I was like terroristic threats.
I'll kill
What's
you.
that? Yeah, because I was like,
I'll kill your
this is-
family.
Well, no, it was like this is something that I might do every day. To somebody, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" So I decided to look up in Arkansas because that's where it happened. But this is defined as a person who the person threatens to cause physical injury and property damage to another. I'm like,
I do that a lot.
yeah, he didn't just threaten him. He punched out a window and bit the dude's nose. So I get it.
Sure.
But like I can only imagine what we're gonna see, when they go to court, because obviously, he's got a court case and everything else.
His name's Doug Ramsey, by the way.
Doug Ramsey?
Yeah. Vegan food purveyor, Doug Ramsey.
With a Ramsey last name.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I'm assuming that when he goes to court, like, what do you think is gonna go through that guy's head? With this Beyond Meat COO, who's a vegan, essentially.
I don't think he's vegan.
I don't know. I just was thinking like he's probably gonna be like,
He was brought on for his expertise in the food business.
we meet again.
Oh, that's where you're going. I'm like, where's he going with this? He's got something in his back pocket.
Yeah. No, I'm like, but I'm sure he's like full of regrets.
Probably not.
No, I'm sure he is, dude. I'm sure he's realized that this is like, it's been a huge mistake.
No, fuck. How many of these do you have?
One more. Okay. So anyway, so if he gets, hold on, are you ready?
Yeah, of course.
Here's my next meat pun.
Which fork does he use?
So if he gets fired from Beyond Meat,
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if he's going to be able to make ends meet.
I like it.
All right. So anyway, so with that being said,
Hold on, let's go. Before you go into, I see you're going somewhere. Did you see the latest TikTok challenge? This is meat related.
okay, because mine was meat related, but go ahead.
With the meat, did you? Was it?
No, go ahead.
Was it the TikTok challenge of marinating your chicken in Nyquil?
Yes.
He sent that to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So apparently, this is a new thing. Apparently, where you boil chicken in Nyquil, and that's it. Like that's it. Like that's the thing.
Yeah,
You know,
this
you
is
just-
for people that don't
yeah.
have salt and pepper.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it.
Like,
Like, you
so-
don't have to just grab random condiments out of your medicine drawer.
Well, the thing is, so Nyquil was like riding to the rescue here because like it's like if you boil Nyquil, you can like intensify it. You can change.
Hell,
you know,
I need to boil NyQuil. I
That's
didn't
what-
know that.
like that's the original meth. That's why they like wouldn't let you buy a bunch of it because if you boil it down,
I thought it was because they're making meth.
yeah, you can make meth. That's what I'm saying. It's like, but they don't want you doing it. You could even like if you heat it up, you could inhale
Just
it.
getting spun out on chicken.
Yeah, the fumes themselves can actually like be like a overdose of, and they're probably being a bit hyperbolic, you know, because they don't want to be at the end of like a TikTok challenge, which, you know, one like Tide Pockets was probably a huge hit to Tide. And honestly, I look at Tide Pockets and I'm like, you guys don't get it a little bit? Do you remember Gushers?
Yeah.
I get why they're doing it.
Tide
I don't want
Pockets.
to, like, I'm old enough to be like, that's a bad idea. But if I was like 22 with nothing going on, I'd be like, and out of Gushers.
I'm 42 and I've got nothing going on.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
fucking eat a Tide Pocket.
Yeah, it's like they look fun to eat. So I'm just saying, like
Honestly.
Nyquil chicken, like I eat myself to sleep often. What if the food helped?
Oh my god! I know there's been many times I woken up at 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, maybe a bowl of cereal,
Maybe
like,
some
I don't
chicken.
fucking know. Like now, I just need to have
Yeah.
a fucking little snack packs of fucking
So-
Tyson chicken.
I just like the only like the worst TikTok challenge I can remember was, do you remember the quarter challenge? This was, and I don't know how serious it was, but
I'm gonna
apparently
tell you right now. Hold on. I know you're gonna go into it, but I'm gonna say the first thing I think of when I think of a quarter challenge is the story. I've never actually witnessed it, but I've heard the story that over in Thailand at the strip clubs, what the guys would do. You know,
I've heard of this
I'm a
through
Marine.
lore.
Well, you heard about it from me.
Yeah.
But I've never actually witnessed it, but I gotta at least mention it. That what Marines would do is they would take, because what the ladies at the strip club in Thailand, you'd put a stack of quarters out, and then they would gobble it up. with their vaginas, right? They'd sit down onto the stack of quarters and then they kegel it up. And ladies, how many women just flex their vaginas when I say kegels?
I don't know if
So anyway, so
I don't know if listeners could hear my eyebrow raise.
Jake's doing eyebrow kegels. So anyway, so they would suck the quarters up with their vagina. So anyway, so what I would hear these like whatever old wives' tales, like old Marines' tales or whatever, where they would sit there with a lighter on a quarter.
Oh, no.
And they would just like heat up a quarter and they would stick it in the middle of the stack and then it go
Oh, no,
that,
so
like
it's-
a pink sock coming out, right? Just grabbing it and they go
This is the origin of the quarter pounder.
yeah, exactly. It's the what is it from Pulp Fiction?
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. That's
So,
what they call
this
it in
isn't-
Thailand because of the metric system.
So that's not the TikTok challenge that I knew about. The TikTok challenge I knew about was you plug a phone charger halfway in the plug
into
and
your
then-
dick, like
No.
that guy earlier.
No, just a normal wall socket. You know, very vanilla, boring, just 120. But you would plug it halfway in, and the TikTok challenge was to drop a quarter on, you know, both the plugs, and it would explode. So, so this is one of those things like TikTok challenges are often spread because they are stupid and dangerous.
Yeah.
So this is like
But
Nyquil was.
I like watching people get kicked in the nuts.
That's
You know,
like the
so,
beauty of like,
like-
yes, we all love watching people do a trend and get hurt, but we don't.
There's my Instagram suggestion right now. Nut shots. Like just look up nut shots. That's a good photo, or that's a good page to follow.
All right, so we're out of there. You got a catfish?
Yeah, okay. Let's do my catfish. Now, listeners, I want you to play along, and I want you to see if you can guess the theme.
Hold on. Do you want to end on the catfish? Is that what
Sure,
you
we
want
can
to
end on
do? So I feel like I might sideline it real quick because you suggested something that I wrote notes for, and you haven't brought it up. And I'm sitting here like with notes. But Adam was like, I'm going to say, if you could be gay for a day,
I just wanted to know. I wanted it to be me.
you should write down. You should write down what you would do as gay for. And I thought I took it like a
No, I said
almost a
I told
philosophical
Jake-
challenge.
I asked Jake earlier. I said, if you were gay for a day, who would you bang?
who would I bang? I thought to myself,
I wanted it to be me, but he said no.
that was an egotistically driven
Yeah,
question.
but I'm like, what, do you know me at all? Everything's about me.
Has this what?
Like I throw
Has it
off
been
Jupiter
90
and the sun's gravitational pull with my ego.
Has this been
What the fuck's
97
happening?
episodes of Foreplay just to ask me that question?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be you.
Oh, fuck,
I hate to
quitting the
shatter
podcast.
I hate to
Fuck off.
shatter the little bubble. But here's the other thing. I really didn't have a good answer for this because I couldn't answer the question myself because I think there's that obvious answer of like, oh, you want to go for like, the Brad Pitt or the whatever.
Is it bad that my first thought was like, probably Brad Pitt?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like like you're programmed by society. And honestly, I couldn't really have a good answer for this because it'd probably be someone like the brownie guy because my initial
The
answer.
brownie guy.
Yeah, because
Who's
it's like.
that?
I
Brawny.
Brawny, I don't know, the paper
I was
towel.
like, the brownie guy sounds delicious. Hey, is it weird
Dude,
that first,
the
my first
brownie
thought was
guy
like,
would be great.
well, no, I was like, is that like the Pillsbury Doughboy, but brownie? Like, woohoo.
I never thought of the Pillsbury Doughboy. It might be the Pillsbury Doughboy for my answer.
God.
Like if I was gay
I
for a
would
day.
probably fuck the Pillsbury Doughboy.
So
Not even gay. I just like form a pussy.
I don't know. It's a weird question because I'm sitting there like my first answer would be like I would have sex with the best lady boy that exists because I realize that like deep down inside of me,
Deep down, it would be inside of you.
I think I'm a pretty stout lesbian.
Yeah.
When it comes down to.
Well, I'm bummed that you brought it up. I didn't think you were gonna bring it up with the podcast.
So you didn't
but
have an
I-
answer for that? That was just an egotistical.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to make the egotistical
Driven question?
No, I was gonna say, I'm gonna bang whatever person,
Literally whatever's close.
whatever vagina owner identifies as a male that day. That's who I'm gonna.
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna stick it to. All right, do you want to end on a catfish?
So Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, yeah.
Yeah, let's end on a catfish.
I'm gonna bang on Brad Pitt with a penis tucked.
He's like almost 60. And I hate to
Yeah,
be
but-
I hate to be ageist about it, but
Yeah,
like
I guess I'm
just ew, you know? Just
I
like
guess I'm a geezer pleaser.
ew, I don't want him to get tired in the middle.
I get tired in the middle.
I only have a day.
I know, dude. I need one of those like.
Dude, the clock strikes midnight. I'm like, gross. Back into a Blumpkin, you know?
I need a Blumpkin.
Yeah.
I'm really bummed that he said Blumpkin, by the way. Listeners, there's your stop at Google. If you don't know what a Blumpkin is, ruin your day. All right, so, Jake, do you want to tell everybody what the catfish is very quickly?
Catfish is 3 lies and a truth.
All right, so you need...
2 lies and a truth.
Yeah, so I have a very real article, and then I have 2 very fake articles. I want you to guess which one is the real one, and I also want you to guess the theme. Okay?
I never get the theme. Unless
Never
it's,
get the
unless
theme.
it's fork related.
Well, it's yeah. They say that spooning leads to forking, right? Thank you. All right, which is scissoring. What's that?
Knives too. Call that.
That is the sound of a screeching halt.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, knives too. Etiquette, the knives and the forks.
You thought it was halted, but it screeched more.
There are skid marks in my pants. All right. So, number 1, 22,000 have signed a petition to drink this mummy juice that's actually just raw sewage. Number 2, Guyana officials investigate the origins of a Facebook event suggesting recreation of Jonestown's massacre. Number 3, O.J. Simpson has joined the trend of celebrity side hustles by selling vials of his sweat.
All right, the theme is drinkable things or juice.
The theme is don't drink the juice.
That's pretty close. That's not bad. Because I was like, mummy juice is milk.
You're going 3?
All right, so we got
2.
3, 2. Okay, so what was the third one? Real quick.
Number 3. I'll just read all 3
Yeah,
of them again. Number 1, 22,000 have signed a petition to drink this mummy juice that's actually just raw sewage. Number 2, Guyana officials investigate the origins of a Facebook event suggesting the recreation of a Jonestown massacre. Number 3, O.J. Simpson has joined the trend of celebrity side hustles by selling his vials of sweat.
That's true.
Number 3? You going 3? You going 3?
It's going 3.
You going 2?
I'm going to go weird. I'm going to go number 1 because I'm like, I think that there was a rain event in Egypt and it funneled down through the pyramid and this is considered mummy juice. So I'm going number 1.
So this article is from July 2018. Guyana officials have not decided
Jonestown.
to investigate. So for listeners that are not familiar with the Jonestown Massacre, that is where there was a cult that drank the Kool-Aid.
There's a wicked game of beer pong.
Yeah. So that's not the real one. Number 3 is O.J. Simpson, who's a.k.a. the Juice. That's not the correct answer as well. So number one is the correct answer. So this is from July 2018.
I thought I lost twice.
This is from July 2018. Archaeologists have finally looked inside the previously unopened ancient Egyptian sarcophagus that has been recently unearthed.
It's a type of beetle.
Yeah, exactly. The wings came out. But they discovered that these 3 skeletons floating in a mysterious 2,000-year-old red liquid soon...
Ew. Fucking ew.
Soon, the internet started buzzing that this was mummy juice. Now some suggesting that the liquid might possess some sort of special powers where you consume it.
Can we get some?
Well, this is 2018.
I
so
know,
probably
but
not.
there was lots of juice. It was enough to float 3 mummies.
Yeah. There's actually a change.org petition calling on Egyptian authorities to allow those that want to drink the mummy juice to do so.
Let them.
Thank you. Charge to do it.
Let them. You don't know. What if they end up on the comet with the rest of the pharaohs or whatever they believe?
A change.org user wrote the description of the petition that the signees, and I quote, need to drink the red liquid from the cursed dark sarcophagus in the form of some sort of carbonated energy drink so we can assume the powers and finally die, which is entirely...
This sounds like a new Red Bull flavor.
Yeah, this is what it feels like to chew.
Fucking ew, dude.
What was that gum? Was it
5 Energy.
Yeah, this is what it feels like to chew 5 Energy. Apparently, such sentiments resonated with others.
Dude, Brendan Fraser should drink this.
Yeah, that's the whale.
He's back to form, you know?
Yeah, out of the whale's blowhole. All right, so the petition was currently signed by 22,000 signatures. However, some of the signees might want to reconsider when they learn that the researchers have now determined that oh my God, I've been drinking too much. I apologize. Sorry. That they identify the mystery liquid as the mummy juice is not magical at all, but it's actually just raw sewage.
Yeah, dude, you can anything with a cool name, you'll drink.
Mummy juice?
Yeah, if I had a can of mummy juice, drink it.
Snap into us, mummy juice.
It's like, yeah. Even if you gave me the option, be like, do you want mummy juice or raw sewage?
Curse.
Curse. Why was it red? So, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. So there you go.
That's all I got. Beatles were interesting. Why is She-Hulk's lips red?
Yeah, I'm Mummy Juice, Adam Riley.
And, forks on the left. So, and I'm Jake, knives out, Bussy. So.
All right, later, boners.
Bye.
Bye.
Vagina
97.
candle, next one.
Vagina candle, next one.
Oh.
It stinks.
All right, hand it over here. Mummy juice.
Drink it.
Fucking ew, dude.
Man, get Gwen Paltrow on the phone. Her pussy stinks.
Yeah.
You met me at a very strange time.
So,
How do you know what your dad's dick smells like?
oh my God.
That's a real question.
You wash your face with dial soap? Fucking Irish Spring, man.
Springing from her pants.
I just said not Irish Spring Dial soap.
I'm gonna dial 911.